Hello and welcome back to another edition of the World Wrestling Review here on Will's World. I'm the Heartbreaker Will Heathcote, and today we're going to be taking a look at some more of WWE magazines or wrestling magazines that I have picked up, following on from the one I did last week, a review on this one, which is the Royal Rumble special of WWE Kids magazine. You can see that. Check out a review on that for more details on that one. Because that had loads of bits and bobs and I did that separately. I picked up some more kind of magazines at the weekend, and I'll show them in this one along with some other ones that I picked up, just because there's really not much to say about them other than just to show them off. I think this might be a regular thing, because I think some of these are discontinued, some of them are going to be a monthly thing, so I may just kind of keep buying them and show them to you guys in the bundle like this, or maybe when I actually get them and do a one-on-one review in future. I'm not quite sure. But starting off, this is one I picked up I think in October, November time, and it's the actual final ever edition of the WWE magazine. This is all stopped now. I'm not quite sure whether it's still available digitally or whether they've cancelled it altogether, but you know, this so is the last physical copy that we're going to see both in England and in America. So sad times, because I remember collecting these in my first wrestling addiction, first period, half, whatever, when I was 10 onwards. I'm not sure where they got to now. Must have had quite a few. I think they must have been chucked out. But this was sad to read about, because I bought it not knowing that it was the last one. But it was good. As you can see, obviously on the front you've got the former members of the Shield, and this kind of magazine was just speculating on who would be the first champion of the three. Obviously, we know now, we have a clear indication that it's probably going to be Roman Reigns, but obviously, Mr. Money in the Bank here, Seth could cash in before Reigns at WrestleMania, wins the title, so who knows? And there's my boy, Ambrose. You all know I'm a big fanboy of his. But in general, the magazine was quite good. It went through different things. You've got interview with Paige in here, who's on the front page. Big fan of Paige, just because she's English. I also quite like her as a wrestler, and she's obviously quite good looking too, which helps. We've got interview with Sheamus, 2K15 review, interview with several superstars who are third generation, or second generation, like Natalia and Goldust. A nice Undertaker poster that goes through his different phases. We've also got a poster of Sting, which I'll pull out, and you can see. There you go. So in general, quite a decent edition. They could have probably just thrown something together for the last ever edition and not really bothered about it. But to be honest, they gave it a good send off, and I can't really complain. I'm glad I picked it up, because I'm sure it will have some value, sentimental as well, going forward, with it being the last ever edition. So if you guys get a chance to pick that up, because I think in some news agents who are very slack about getting rid of their old magazines and returning them, you might not pick this up still. So I would advise that if you can, just like I said, because even if you're not bothered, because it might be worth something in a couple of years. Similarly, we had the 2014 yearbook. Now, I think this ties in with one of the ones I bought at the weekend, which is this one. I think they're going to the WWE magazine are still going to do specials, so they'll still do the yearbooks and they'll still do the big one like WrestleMania. But this is the yearbook from 2014. You can see several superstars on the front. This arsehole here, taking up the biggest space. But you got posters as well in there. That's nice. And it just kind of goes through each superstar, gives them like a little bit of background. You've got finishing move, height, where from, stuff like that. Obviously, the more popular superstar, the bigger the page has got. Sheamus has got 2 pages there. Daniel Bryan's got 2 pages. Tag teams, it goes through tag teams as well. Goes through who they think will be kind of, there or thereabouts in the year coming as well. Gives you some background at NXT. And then at the back you've got posters. Nice posters. AJ and Nikki, is it? Yeah. And then Hulk. So, you know, again, it's a really nice kind of thing to have, to kind of give you an idea about the superstars that are going to be making noise in the future. This is the NXT, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm just trying to work out here because it's got Connor and Victor, but you know, so it gives a real nice kind of background. It even gives you the commentators, which is nice. Stephanie. So I think again in some newsagents this is still available. So if you see it, I'd pick it up just because it is a nice little handy guide to have to the superstars and you know who's possibly going to make noise this year. So you know, it's yeah, it's all right to have. I have to say, I'm quite impressed. That's that one. Now these two that I picked up at the weekend, these this one was from a newsagent's, local newsagent's. The same with the WWE magazine and the final one, and then the kids one was from GT News, I believe. But these two were picked up at the weekend. I picked up from W.H. Smith's. So these will be where I'll be assuming to get similar ones to these in future because they don't really go in normal newsagents. This one in particular. So I'll save this one for last because that's the only one I haven't read. This one I just read this morning. It's Fighting Spirit magazine. Not heard of this magazine, but obviously I've been a bit out of the loop with wrestling, so it looks like a good magazine. I've read it and it's good. It gives you details about all the promotions, New Japan, TNA, WWE. Even goes into a bit about MMA as well. So you know it's Ring of Honor as well, obviously. A really good magazine. I think this is the latest edition of it, February's. I think it's February's anyway. And it talks about Roman Reigns, but it's February's edition, but it's before the Rumble. So this is the magazine actually is going through. Maybe WWE should have read this because it gives you a whole article on why the WWE should not let Reigns win the Rumble, because of what happened last year with Daniel Bryan and Batista. So I missed the boat on this a little bit. WWE maybe should have read the Fighting Spirit magazine. But another good magazine, goes through lots of different things, gives you details on all the promotions, ICW as well, and gives you kind of, this was a special edition of like 2014, so it went, a review of 2014, it went through all the best matches, best wrestlers, best promotions, stuff like that, and it also gives you obviously a general news update and stuff like that. So this is obviously going to be a regular magazine, monthly magazine. I'll be definitely picking this up every month and showing you guys the best bits of news bits from it. And like I say, it's a decent magazine, so if you get a chance to pick this up, I would definitely recommend it. And then the last one is WWE magazine again, WrestleMania special. I haven't read this one. I'll be reading this probably not tomorrow, Friday. But yeah, it's obviously it looks like it's just a WrestleMania special, but I think it goes through past moments as well. Talks about this year's, obviously, what they think the matches are going to be, the rivalries, best moments, stuff like that. And it looks like it also previews SummerSlam, so maybe they'll do a magazine for SummerSlam. They may have even done a magazine for Royal Rumble. I just completely missed it, but it looks like it's a decent mag, and I'm pleased that they're still doing these specials, even if they're not doing the monthly mag. But that's that one. So guys, that was a quick look at the magazines that I've collected over the last 2 months or so. Like I say, hopefully I'll be picking up anything and everything wrestling related that I can find at the moment, especially magazines, because I like getting all the information I can, including books as well, so I'm hoping to pick up some more. Shawn Michaels' new book comes out in about a month or so. I've got that pre-ordered on Kindle, so once that comes out I'll do a review on that. I've read that. But until then guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more if you like these videos, and keep commenting and liking the videos. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you got any of these magazines? What do you think? Are you a big fan or not? But until then, just take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Peace.